why, like with some guys, not all guys, why
Mm-hmm.
with some guys they find it hard to be honest to girls about like yeah, that's the question.
Okay, so why certain guys find it hard to be honest and loyal,
Yeah. Mm,
and certain guys are not?
yeah.
Okay. Neelu, what do you think? I want to ask you first before I give my response. What do you think about what she just said? Her question. Why certain guys are not honest and not loyal?
Well, I think honesty and loyalty are learned and practiced. So
Mm-hmm.
if you learn these things and you're practicing them since childhood,
Mm-hmm.
um, you'll be really good at them by the time you get to your adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, and I don't know if it's like this in Polynesian families, but it's certainly like this in a lot of Asian families.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, Honesty is not a daily practice. So you don't bring your whole self to the table.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things you just keep under wraps. And as far as loyalty goes, that can be a trauma. Like loyalty gets turned around in a way that it's like suffocating,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you grow up watching loyalty be a positive experience, if you grow up watching honesty be a positive experience, then you replicate that. But if those are negative experiences for you, then you're just you're gonna do the opposite kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
um, and in Polynesian culture is in a lot of cultures, like having a mistress or cheating is kind of like it happens, like there's not much you can do about it. So
Mm-hmm.
then loyalty is not, is that, you're laughing, Mabel, so is that
Oh no,
true?
but my phone just fell.
So yeah, if loyalty is not part of the like family culture, then you're not going to learn it. Like, was cheating okay in your family? Did your mother or father cheat on each other? And that
Mm-hmm.
was like, they never left each other. So what you
Mm-hmm.
learned was loyalty is not a thing. Like, that's not what you do.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Okay.
it's learned, right?
Okay.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I can totally agree with that. Um, I think one of the things I always say to a lot of people, a lot of people, the love they show you is the love they grew up at home. So if you grew up in a very unstable, uh, uh, toxic household, then and especially those guys and girls that grew up in a house where the parents separated or they had a abusive relationship, then whatever love you learn at home is gonna be the love that you're used to. So sometimes when people are loyal, dishonest, or it's just because that's what they think love is, because that's what they were used to, and that's what they saw growing up.
Mhm.
But I would say to you, to answer your question, Mabel, when it comes to men, of why certain men are not loyal or dishonest, I would say is I think this goes both for men and women. I think number one, the first thing is intentions, right.
Mm.
So the thing is, if a guy or girl, if they have the right intentions for you, they will be loyal, and they will be loyal, and they'll be honest to you. But I would say this, for coming from a man, is, especially in today's culture of casual sex, and I say this all the time to a lot of girls, is there's two types of women. Uh, there's two types of women out there that men look for. Is the woman that they want to have sex with, and then the woman he wants to wife up. And especially in today's age where there's a lot of casual sex, a lot of guys will have casual sex, but when he's ready to be committed to you, then he will wife you up. So I always tell a lot of women out there, if the guy is not showing you he's not doing the things that you want him to do, or he's not changing, or he's not showing you commitment, then just understand that that you're not the one for him, right? Because when a guy is ready to settle down, when a guy is ready to commit to you and wife you up, he will, right? And if it's not doing because sometimes I see girls, like, they complain when the guy leaves, and then everything that she wanted him to do for her, he's doing it for the other girl, right?
Mm.
And I always tell her, well, the reason why he's loyal to that girl, because you were just the girl he wanted to have sex with, right? And then when the guy's ready to settle down and is committed to you, he will do that, and he will show it. But I would say this is there's certain qualities that men look for when it comes to wifing up, and there's certain qualities, especially when it comes to wifing up in marriage. And that's something I always want to put out there for a lot of ladies. When it comes to sex, men don't have standards. They'll say anything to you. They'll manipulate you. They'll lie to you. When it comes to sex, it's just having pure sex. They'll do anything they have to do in order to have sex. It is what it is. But when it comes to commitment and it comes to marriage, there are certain qualities that men are looking for. Especially our standards when it comes to sex is low, but when it comes to a wife, our standards are very, very high. And the standards that men look for typically when it comes to marriage is they don't want a woman that's a hoe. They don't want a woman that's a hoe. They want a woman that's feminine. They don't want a very masculine woman. They don't want to raise a woman's child. So if a woman out there, you have a child, that can be a deterring factor of why a lot of guys won't show you loyalty. But and also what's the last time I was trying to think in my mind? But those are usually the things that, so if men are not honest to you, they're not showing you commitment, it's usually those are the main qualities that men don't want to wife up. They don't want to wife up a hoe. They don't want to take care of another man's child. Or you're just too masculine for him. You're just too masculine to act like a man, because a lot of women out there are very masculine. Men are always looking for the feminine person. So and that's why you see a lot of girls are very beautiful, but they don't know why these guys are not wifing them up. It's just, I always say, like, why, that's the term wifey material, right? So there's a lot of girls out there, the modern women today, like the wifey material. And I think to make it easier for you ladies, wifey material is traditional women. That's just what I see when I talk to a lot of men, is they'll have sex with everybody, but most men, they want to wife up a traditional woman. So
I feel like because in a poly household, like with experience, because I'm the oldest girl, and oldest girls have like a lot of responsibility in the household. With you saying masculinity, it's very hard for us girls, mostly because we are also raised doing both a girl's job and the boy's job in the house. So it's very, I think that's the only reason why, unless it's either that or it's something, I forgot what the word was, but like it's harder for us older girls to find a relationship if the problem in guys were like, oh yeah, she's too masculine for me. But it's like the way we were raised. Raised in that.
That's something I have noticed with a lot of Pacific Islander girls, is like a lot of them are very masculine, but that's how you guys are raised, right? You guys are raised like boys, right? Yeah. So I do see that a lot with our the girls are very masculine, right? Very strong. They want to beat the shit out of you. Also, to explain to them, like, it's femininity. It's like you have to be able to show your feminine side. So, because every girl has a feminine side. The thing is, the problem with a lot of masculine women is, the guy especially if you're very masculine, you need a guy that's more masculine than you, right? That's what happens. Because if you're a feminine woman, you're going to be attracted to any masculine guy, right? Whether if his masculinity was average, above average, or very, very masculine. But if you're a very masculine girl, the guy that you want is going to be the very masculine. The guy has to be more dominant than you, and then you'll be able to be vulnerable to him. But the thing is, the more masculine a guy is, the more he's looking for a feminine woman. That's the problem. So the more masculine guy is, he always wants to. He might have sex with you, because guys, they don't care if you're masculine or feminine; they'll still have sex with you. But the masculine men, they want the feminine woman. So I think all you gotta do is just be able to show more of your femininity, and be able to. Like, is that something that you experience yourself? Guys think that you're very masculine.
No, I just get told by my brothers half the time. And like I've never seen it as much of a problem, but I sometimes hold back from trying to show my masculine side, mostly because I don't want the guy to feel less of a guy.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah. I mean, if a guy, the thing for you is like, would you say you're very masculine yourself?
Yeah.
I guess I think the best chance for you to find a guy that you would be attracted to and he'd be attracted to you is find a masculine guy, a guy that's more masculine than you. Because if you meet a guy that's not in tune with his masculinity, he's gonna because you're more masculine than him, it's gonna deter him from you. But if you meet a guy that's very masculine, and more than you, he won't be deterred by he won't see your masculinity as an issue, but he will. But if you but the thing is, like, he'll still be able to be with you, but if you be able to after the initial date, you'll be able to show him more of your femininity, then he'll be able to stick around, right? But I just of all the poly girls out there, I just noticed like a lot of them are very masculine, like they don't act feminine, or especially with the way they dress, the way they act. Act like a guy. So like I always tell my poly sisters out there, like, just bring out your feminine side.